Today, we will talk about how microorganisms grow. What does Fattom mean? Learn what the meaning of Fattom, and you'll be a step closer to keep your food safe from harmful microorganisms and ensuring food safety. So, please do like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Before moving on, this training, we will talk about the terms related to the growth of microorganisms. We will also identify the methods of growth of microorganisms and explain the relationship between the growth of microorganisms and food items. First, let's define what is microorganisms. Microorganisms is a form of life that maintains various vital processes. It is too small to be viewed by our naked eye. For example, your bacteria, protozoa, molds. There are few factors that contribute to the growth of harmful microorganisms in food. This is where the Fattom acronym originated. But what does that acronym Fattom stands for? The letters in Fattom stands for factors microorganisms need in order to grow. In understanding what these factors are, you can prevent food from cross-contamination and foodborne illnesses to occur. Food, like us or like all living things, bacteria need food to survive. Some food provide friendlier environments for disease-producing organisms to grow than others, based on the rules of Fattom. Many microorganisms grow on food rich in protein, like poultry, fish, dairy, eggs, beef tenderloin, pork chop, yes. And also, they want carbohydrates like cooked pasta, cooked rice. These foods have high chance of high microorganisms count or high chance of contamination and may give rise to foodborne illnesses. Next up, we'll talk about acidity. Acid is the ion concentration of a food. There's a scale of 1 to 14. 7 is the neutral. Like your bottled water is an example of that neutral. And you have your from 0 to 4.5. Those are high acidic, which are like your stomach, the lemon, the taste of vinegar or hydrochloric acid. Those are high acid. And for those like low acid food, they are like your poultry, your fish, your dairy, your eggs, your beef, your pork. Those are the low acid food that is considered as potentially hazardous food, and they are more susceptible for microbial growth. Let's move on now on temperature. T for temperature. Temperature, microorganisms grow faster or fastest in the temperature danger zone. This is a temperature of 5 degrees to 56.7 degrees Celsius. This is the TDZ range, includes room temperature. So if you want to ensure your food safety, all you have to do is do not leave food at room temperature for too long, like your rice and starchy foods. And now we'll talk about time. A single bacteria can multiply to over 1 million in 4 hours. If this is a pathogenic bacteria, this will really cause a pathogenic or a foodborne illnesses. Did you know that canned foods can last for over a year? Yeah. The logic behind that is that in canning, in bottling, we are removing any oxygen, or we're making a small amount of oxygen that should be eliminated on that packaging. That's why let's make it more extended on shelf life, because there are anaerobic bacteria. Those microorganisms does not require oxygen to grow, but mostly bacteria are aerobic, meaning they need oxygen to survive. So by lessening the amount of oxygen, we are extending the shelf life of our product. And M for moisture. Microorganisms grow faster in food with high water content, such as fresh poultry, fresh meat, fish, and raw eggs, and even your fresh tenderloin beef or your pork chop. They love that. So in order to deteriorate or to stop them to grow, you have to eliminate all the available water that is present in there to make it not a livable condition for them to grow. So in order to ensure your food safety, you have to store that food in proper temperature with reduced moisture. This is also the reason why is it people even during all days they are using drying food like drying meat or drying your fishes, your dried nuts. Why? To extend its shelf life. Why? Because with less amount of water on your food, you are extending the shelf life of your product. Just to summarize this Fattom, so in order to suppress them, so don't give them food, suffocate them by removing the oxygen, and then you can treat them with high acid like lemon or vinegar, or treat them in a salty environment like we're doing in our salted egg or salted products. And also you can eliminate your oxygen. Some people or manufacturers doing canning to remove those air, bottling, also to vacuum. That's the reason why we are using that. And then moisture, we can dry our food or we make it possible to reduce unavailable moisture. And thank you. Have a great day.